EGX was class this year. Hi guys, welcome to P-Myth Gaming. Myself and some of the Nintendo Village crew went to EGX last week and we played an absolute ton of games that are coming to Switch, as well as a couple that dropped in the last week or so. So in this episode, I'm going to share my top picks with you. First up is the upcoming Luigis Mansion 3. I played the same demo earlier in the year at Gamescom, but it was that good I had to go back for a second look. I'm so excited for this game and I can't wait until it drops next week. I'm really glad I went back for a second playthrough though, as doing so allayed some of the fears I had after I played it in Germany. During the boss fight at the end of the level, I really struggled to keep the A button held down to charge my torch, and keep Luigi pointing in the right direction with the right stick at the same time. Happily though, the rep manning the booth at EGX told me I could use the shoulder button and voila, all frustrations avoided. I'm so happy about this. It was my one reservation about the game after playing it at Gamescom, so the fact that there are alternative controls means my hype has gone through the roof. Why they didn't tell me about this in Germany, I have no idea. I won't go into too much detail as I have covered the game quite a lot already. I'll leave a link to the full preview I did down in the comments. But suffice to say, I think this is going to be Nintendo's big blockbuster release going into Christmas. Moving on, and I also went hands-on with Ring Fit Adventure, which arrived on Switch last week. I've been pretty impressed with the look of this since it was first revealed, and I've got to say, having played it, it's met my expectations. I honestly never thought I'd want a fitness game, much less one that costs like 80 quid and comes with a bizarre hoop thing. But the game on offer seems really deep, and the exercises are far more involved than the bending and waggling you did on Wii Fit. I genuinely worked up quite a sweat running through the overworld and firing off energy pulses with the ring on, which, by the way, feels like a really premium bit of kit. The handful of minigames I got to try out were both fun and tiring too. It honestly sounds daft, but I genuinely think that this could work as a proper serious workout for someone. Okay, you're not going to end up doing the pump like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Come on, do it! Yeah. But considering I was quite knackered after just 10 minutes with the game, and it recommends that you do a 30-minute session each day, I reckon there's enough here to allow you to have an extra slice of cake or two without becoming a complete hippo. I'm cancelling my gym membership in the morning. Moving away from the first party stuff, the other game that was top of my list to check out was Streets of Rage 4, and it did not disappoint. I'm a huge fan of the original, and this remake has had me pretty hyped since the first trailer. The new art style really pops, but the core gameplay remains as satisfying and punch-tastic as ever. There's both boss fights and weapons, and Axel and Blaze are playable in the game, which should please some returning fans. I know some people had a little trepidation about the sort of Saturday morning cartoon look to it, but honestly, it looks and plays fantastic. There's a full preview over on Nintendo Village already, link down below. I also queued up for what turned out to be 3 hours to play Doom Eternal. Unfortunately, the Switch version has been delayed and now has a TBC release date. It won't be dropping in March like the other versions. And the version I played at EGX was, I think, a PC build, but nevertheless, I thought it was worth going to check out. While it may remain to be seen how the Switch version holds up, I'm happy to report that the skull-crushing, demon-exploding, hell-raising fun is back in full force. I didn't clock any major differences from the first game in the brief demo I tried, though there does seem to be new weapons and attachments for you to make use of. My favourite one was a grappling hook that attached to a shotgun. The hookshot pulls you across the area towards any demon you've shot it with, and then BLAM! A quick pull of the trigger and your unwitting hookshot post explodes in a shower of blood and flesh. It's the same mindless violence that made the first game such a hit, and frankly is exactly what the doctor ordered. Fingers crossed we won't have to wait too long for the Switch version to arrive after the other versions, and we can return to Mars to just blow everything to smithereens. Finally, my top pick of the indie games we played was a title called Unto the End. Made by a husband and wife development team, the game is built entirely around the combat. You guard using the left stick, attacking high or low with the corresponding buttons when you see an opening. It was really tough to begin with, but that was down to my own lack of skill and impatience. Once I learned to react to my opponent's moves rather than trying to anticipate them, I was soon laying waste to everything I came across. I've honestly never experienced such a well thought out and in-depth combat mechanic in a 2D side-scrolling action game. The simple visuals were quite pleasing too, and there were some really nice touches at certain moments. You don't have a health bar for example, but the more damage you've taken the bloodier your character is. The same goes for your enemies, it's a neat touch. I genuinely really enjoyed this one. There's a tentative early 2020 release date in place at the moment, but you should definitely keep your eye on it. That's not all I played of course. There was actually a ton of hilarious couch co-op games we tried out, but those were my top picks. We've got write-ups of everything we tried out over at thenintendovillage.com, and be sure to listen to this week's episode of the Nintendo Village podcast, where Gary and I run through everything we played, including Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games and Windjammers 2, which I suck at. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, there's loads more you can check out, such as this one. And if you like that, why not subscribe to so you never miss another episode. This show goes out every Friday, but there's tons more stuff on the channel and a load of cool shows over on thenintendovillage.com. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you all next week.